Hi and welcome back to Team Banana. This is episode 2 of the Steadicam tutorial that we're doing here, and we're going to have a look at what we've got so far. So without ado, here is the Steadicam ring so far, or the fig ring if you like. As you can see, it's looking pretty sweet. So what we've done is we've used the handlebar wrap to wrap the ends. We've used some basic electrical tape to terminate the tops of the handlebar wrap there. Underneath I've ran down a strip of double-sided tape as well, so this grip tape has got something to hold on to. In the groove of the rim, we filled that with a little sort of couple of strips of the wrap as well, and it's given a nice cushiony handle. Let's have a closer look at what we got. So as you can see, it's terminated with the tape. You can buy handlebar tape, but it is literally just electrical tape. There's nothing fancy about it. Just buy a good quality electrical tape. And as you can see, this is nice and squishy. So very comfortable for your hand to hold on to. I mean, some people out there are using, you know, pipe insulation or whatever, or, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it just looks rubbish. So, you know, nice snow camouflage job on that. Anyway, the bar's mounted in, and this is what we meant by measuring it and fitting it in. Now, in order to get this bar in, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is count the spoke holes. Now you need to count 14 spoke holes along one part of the rim, and then on holes, well, shall we say 16, and holes 1 and 16 you want to drill to 8mm, and then you want to put the bolt through that way, so the countersink head is through the back. And this is nice and recessed, because if you do it the other way round, the nut actually sticks out from the rim. So if you want to slide your hand around like this, if you want to change the shot, you know, you don't know how you're going to quite want to hold this. So if you want to slide your hand around it, I mean, you don't want anything snagging on there, you know, because any snag on this is basically going to result in shaky video footage. We've put in the 5mm, let's get this focused in here, we've put in the 5mm just here to anchor this section here. So this bar, even though these 8mm bolts are more than sufficient for holding this bar still, we don't want it being able to rock backwards and forwards like that, especially if we're planning on putting some pretty expensive camera equipment onto this once we've mounted the quick release mount on. And we've got the quick release mount here, haven't done it yet, but as I was saying before, this will be mounted on just here, and then, you know, that'll move around with the camera and you'll be able to use a quick release to take it off. But we're just looking at what we've got so far. So that's how you go ahead and measure that. You can count 14 spoke holes, and then if you just count one up on either side and then drill that through to 8mm, that'll get you your first bolt hole. Then you want to just literally lay the piece of pipe down over it, and with a marker pen or a piece of tape, you literally just mark off where the pole wants to be on the rim, and then using a vise, just tighten it up in the vise and you squish it down. I used two blocks of wood while I was doing this, so I didn't damage the powder coat. And then once you've got the two flat ends, you just fold them inwards. You can literally do that by resting the bar on a block of wood and then using the other piece of wood just to push it down. Or you can trap it in the vise and then just bend it down that way. But make sure that you've definitely got it on the line that you've measured out. That is really important, otherwise you're going to end up clamping these too short. If in doubt, squish it down so it's a little bit longer than it needs to be, because you can always go back and squish it down to the right size. But if you squish it too short, you're not going to be able to bend it in, and you're going to end up with gaps either side. It's not going to look very professional, and it's not going to hold your camera that steady, which is the most important thing. As you can see, these are fantastic, you know, if I dare say so myself. They're just what we wanted, completely mounted down. I've even gone ahead with a bit of wood and I've bent the metal back, because you do get some sharp corners on this. What you could do is you could use some tin snips to cut these corners off before you bolt this onto the rim, and you could use a metal file just to file that all back and get that nice and smooth. If you're doing that, then you can run a little bit of black paint, black enamel paint along, just to cover up any sort of silver edges and stuff, just to maintain this you know, nice sort of black finish. You can also, if you're making this using a silver pipe and a silver rim, you can go ahead, you can either send the whole thing off to be powder coated, or you could spray it with some black enamel spray paint. You know, don't use barbecue paint. I've seen people use that before and it never sets. It'll always stay sticky, because that stuff is designed to heat up with the temperature of the barbecue and bake onto the actual barbecue, rather than you know, just dry through solvents and the atmosphere. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've got so far.